Good morning. It's, what is the date today? 29th of October. We had our first heavy frost last night. I guess protected by the wall. Doesn't look like those tomato plants have died yet though. I expected to come out this afternoon and see them all turn black, because down on this end now, yeah, see, they're pretty much, they're all dead here. So that thermometer there read -1 degrees last night. So up on the other end, I guess it mustn't have been quite that cold. The leaves are actually just starting to turn red now on the snowball bush. I still have one rose left, and there's an insect on him now. It has warmed up. It got down to my main thermometer, read -1.4 Celsius. Now, I'll probably have to take off this jacket because I thought it would be cooler than what it is. The thyme has still has little flowers on it. See that? And not all the echinacea flowers have their petals lost yet. So we're into our main leaf fall. So this is the red maple that somehow didn't go red. As you can see, the leaves they turned yellow this year and fell off. They're supposed to turn red. Romeo cherry got all its leaves gone. You see the big mat of leaves now under this regular maple here. And another thing I don't understand is, okay, so this is the one pear tree, and the leaves are yellow. And then you go up the other side of the maple tree, where the other pear tree is, and they turn red. I guess something to do with how the sun shines in there. So this is the new one. This is the Capendula. Hopefully I'll get the name and put it on the screen. This is the seededs go. Now I'll have them popping up around somewhere. Don't know where you're going to see them pop up now as weeds. No flowers on the Jerusalem artichoke this year. I don't know why. I think this past summer was a little cooler than the summer before. Warmth held on a little longer. I think we had it cooled off a couple weeks earlier last year. And last year I had, it was like a half a dozen flowers or something on these. And one thing that was special, I was walking around here the other day, and of course this is where the red raspberries are supposed to be growing. And check this out. Now they wouldn't fully ripe. There was one that was fully ripe when I was there the other day, but it looks like they're all ripe now. So let's see. See, that one was a little bit hard. So October 29th, I got myself a little red raspberry snack. So I got a ton of work to do. I might have to just cut this patch down entirely. We'll see come spring. I'll just work my way through it. And the only thing I'm eating from the grocery store, as I said, is potatoes and eggs. Everything else has come from this garden. And that's the way it's going to have to be. And the pain is staying away, so I'm hopeful that I can get things done next year. Now these apple tree here, I haven't been out because I had other things to do. So now here's one that's recently fell. There's no spots on them. And now they are super ripe. And super sweet. They're soft at this point, but they are oh so sweet. So since we had our first hard frost, I'm just going to start harvesting things now. You see how far the shade, the shadow of the shade comes out? I mean, we're quite some distance from the shade here now, so another month and a half before the shortest day of the year. I want to take up these onions. I'm not going to record me taking them up because I don't think there's anything special about that, but I will show you what I got once I get them up. Well, a full 5-gallon bucket full. Can't say these didn't grow at all because they grew from seed, of course. I do have several as this size and some that's bigger. And I plan on making a paste out of the tops. If I just let these tops dry out, I think that's a waste. I'm going to make an oil and green onion paste and then freeze it in little cubes. Now carrots are a little bit different when it comes to pulling them up, because normally I'm going to go and get this one that maybe I'll take this one here. Let's see what we're going to try. Normally you can push down on a carrot and then pull him up and he comes up very easily. I don't know if I'm going to get nice ones. I was talking to another gardener in town just the other day and he was pulling up his carrots and most of his come up really beautiful. Now this soil is actually fairly soft, so I should be able to just pull them all up, but sometimes you get a carrot that won't just pull up easy. You got to give it a push down on it first and pull it up because they go down into a tip, you see. So you can loosen the soil by pushing down on the carrot and pulling it up. Of course, now I have to spin around to this side. and see what's in this bed. All the same. Ah, that's a nice one. So I guess you didn't see me go down this side to do the center ones and then those over there. Now I found out that you could just put these in a plastic bag and put them in a refrigerator. Cut tops off, of course. So what I'm thinking about doing is bringing out the packet of bags and a pair of scissors, cut the tops off, and bag them up before I bring them in the house. They say don't wash them, just cut the tops off and put them in the plastic bag. That wasn't going to work, so with them piled in the wheelbarrow like that, I'll sit down there and I'll cut the tops off and then I'll put them in the bags afterwards. 442 carrots I counted. Not much for a full bed, eh? Just little tiny ones, but I'm going to bring them all in anyway. Like I say, I can't eat from the store. Now these are the turnips. So white globe turnips. And what I found, you can take ones, especially this small, I don't know how big they get, but you can just wash them off and eat them just like you would a carrot. And so I just wiped off all the dirt and popped the thing in my mouth, and it was delicious. Now I'll get those few big ones over right there. This is the end of another week. November the 1st today. I was going to check the forecast. It was raining pretty heavy when I got up this morning, but you see there's clear sky over there. So I don't know what's going to happen as the day goes. Got the turnip taken up. And I took the cabbage here and a couple of little small heads of that purple cauliflower. They're delicious. When I took the turnover up, I was quite tired that day, and I didn't get over to do these. But I thought afterwards, you know, I don't expect to get anything of any value here. So, there's ones there that size. Maybe I might. Let's see how today goes. If it dries up, I'll come out and I'll just go over this, and whatever is easy to get out, I'll take them up. And then next year, there will be a lot left in the ground that'll sprout on their own, and I'll just thin them out. That's the idea I've got in my head right now. But you can see though how I put this as grass clippings down, so the metal clippings, and all the weeds would have kept down, right? It would have grown up just like this. I mean, even though the potato stalks was there, it would have been just covered in weeds underneath if I had not put this grass clippings down there. I really got to do that with all the beds next year, I think. Put grass clippings around the rutabaga, the carrots, the onions, everything. I have energy, and this is Saturday, and I figured we should do just what it said I was going to do. And we'll start with this bed. Now, what I did, I just put them barely under the soil, and so I'm not actually looking hard for them. You see, when I planted them, I just did like that. And so now they're just barely under the soil. I'm not going to search around and try to get every last one. And next year, these beds are going to be potatoes again. And any potato that I've left, as you know, if you miss potatoes, they come up again in the following growing season. That was one of the dill there. And if they come up too thickly, then I'll thin them out. But see, this makes it easier. Like I said, I just put them in the ground. I noticed that when I put them just on top of the ground and put the metal clippings on the top of the potatoes, I tried that before and it didn't work. The potatoes can't push their shoots up through a mat of metal clippings. But doing it this way, see, they don't grow down, the potatoes don't. They just go on the level where you planted your potato. The roots spread out and all the tubers are there on that one level. So you have to keep them covered in metal clippings, but you let the shoot grow up and then you put metal clippings around it. And if it's only metal clippings you're putting there to keep the sun off them, then come fall you barely have to dig into the soil at all. We used to, the old way of doing it was to bury them 15 centimeters deep, 6 inches, and then when they were up the same height, you'd heal them up by digging a trench in between the rows and throwing the soil in by the potato plants. Then when it come time to dig the potatoes, oh, I got some nice ones. You had to dig down the full 12 inches to get your potatoes, and it was a lot of work. Got some with green on them. I don't know how deep that green goes. But had I been here all summer, then I would have added another layer of mulch on them before the summer was out. And I would have watered them more, so they would have been much larger than that. Anyway, that's 4 beds. I need to take a break, and then I got 2 more to go. I didn't video the last 2 beds, so that's those 2 right there. This one was the one that had a lot of dill in it, so I didn't plant it out. Just harvested the dill. And this is the potatoes I caught. Now, yeah, 6 beds. That's a pitiful amount of potatoes. But for a guy that thought he was not going to get anything at all, well, I'm happy. I'll bring these in the basement now and I'll sort them out by size and see exactly what I'm going to do with them. So this will be the report for the last week of October now. And I guess that'll be it. Thank you for watching. And I hope you'll come back for the next one.